Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey, hey, hey y'all. Okay, hey y'all. Welcome back to Level Up Loading Fight Phones Makes Facts with yours truly, Shay. Guys, I've been getting so much great feedback from you. I'm so happy that you guys are liking the new edits and the new techniques. Feeling good about that. But let's just hop right into today's episode because I do want to make this one a somewhat quick one. We'll see what the Holy Spirit lets out. But please don't mind. I'm extra right now because I've been planning makeup and I've been planning dress up all day long. So like, I don't know who I think I am sometimes.
Stop it. Get some help.
But you know, enjoy the aesthetic. You see my little fake nose ring, y'all? I don't even know. My nose is big too, so it's like what? It's like what? What? It's like what? Like what? It like. Okay, stay focused. Okay, so today's episode is about something that I have struggled with in the past, and that I feel like I have mastered, or maybe not mastered, but I'm like intermediate. I'm not novice. I'm definitely not novice. Maybe intermediate, maybe what's after intermediate? I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to get better at it. I haven't been able to really put it fully into practice though. And that's the thing that worries me about these lessons that I learned, because a lot of times, I don't know if you guys experience the same things, but a lot of times we heal and we get better, and we do a lot of the necessary adjustments in life, and then a situation happens that threatens that weak spot or that newly healed, not fully, solidified spot, and then the next thing you know, you revert or you regress into your old ways. Which of course happens. We're human. Have some grace for yourself, but we shouldn't make a habit of that. We should not be out here, not purposefully, but willfully making the same mistake over and over. We're supposed to be learning from our mistakes. So, pride. Pride cometh before a fall. It's a saying for a reason. I kind of touched a little bit on the arrogant nature of some of my thinking and some of my entitlement that I have had for years and years, and I'm finally, facing those standards. I'm finally facing them because they're being shaken up. They're being challenged, and in that challenging, I am seeing so much. So one thing with me, I think a lot of times people don't understand the difference between dignity and pride. And so what I want to do is I want to give you guys the definition of dignity, and I want to give you the definition of pride, just for, clarity. So dignity is the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Period. So that's dignity. And then pride. Pride is a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. Okay, so in my opinion, and you guys can, of course, if you need to, you can challenge that, but
Don't do it.
dignity is more about just you owning your space and you having the self-love and the care for your own well-being, your own value. Pride is more so about things that you've done, things that you've accumulated, attributes that you might have. You might not have had to do anything necessarily for those attributes, but neither here nor there, you have them and you take pride in them. And so dignity and pride are not the same thing. I am working very hard to be dignified and to contain. What contain? Like, girl, what are you talking about? I am working hard to be dignified. I want to have dignity, but I don't want to have pride. I don't want to be prideful. I don't want to be a person that, you know, doesn't have the capacity to go out and search and reach for help. I don't want to be a person that people feel like is arrogant or conceited or, you know, just not approachable. I've heard that before, and I'm like taken aback because I get mixed reviews. I think a lot of people, some people say that they feel like I'm unapproachable. Most of the time when that happens, that is usually someone who hasn't actually been in my space, because I think energy speaks louder than perceptions. It's so simple to categorize or generalize someone based off of what you might see on social media or what you might see from afar, but once you are actually in someone's space, you can kind of really tell what their real aesthetic and their real vibe is. Just like those people who was like, when I saw you, you know, when I used to see you online, I used to think you were a B. And then it's like, they meet you and they're like, oh, you actually really got a vibe. Imagine you haven't done anything different. Still being yourself, still showing up the same. It's just a perception. And also, like I said, the energy and the aura around you sometimes can really speak volumes. But anyway, I feel as though going into this next level that I'm heading towards, that I feel God is slowly pushing me towards, I am terrified that my pride is going to steer me wrong. And I'm just trying to figure out that balance of the dignity and the pride, because I know that I deserve great things. I know that I'm worthy of love. I know that I'm special. I know that I am one of a kind. But I don't want that to be something that I, you know, boast my chest up for and makes me unapproachable, or I hate to use the word because as a Black woman, I hate this word sometimes, but intimidating. I don't want people to see me as someone who they cannot be around, or that they're scared to be around, or that they're scared to talk to. Yes, you cannot play with me. No, you cannot play with me. Yes, you cannot play with me, and no, you cannot play with me. But I'm still a very approachable person. I'm not a person that's very confrontational. I'm not afraid of confrontation, but I'm not confrontational. Huge difference. And I want to make sure that I'm showing up for myself, but I'm also showing up in a pleasant and as a safe, soft spot for the people who are around me. I don't want people to come around me and feel like they are on eggshells, or that they have to be scared of what they might say. And also in my newfound, I guess you could say, it's like speaking up and me denouncing people pleasing, I have learned a lot of ways to softly check people. And when I say check people, I just mean like just to put them in their place if they kind of go outside that boundary that I have set for myself. I'm learning how to do that, and that's a great communication skill that I feel is very helpful to me, for sure, because in the past it was like, okay, this is uncomfortable. I don't really have the words or the middle ground to be able to articulate this to someone. So either I'm not going to say something, that's one, or I'm going to go ham. And I'm finally finding that balance. I'm finally finding that middle ground to be able to really figure out a good, subtle, and soft way to still correct someone and teach people how I want to be treated without being abrasive, but also without being a pushover and, you know, being timid. I'm very cognizant of the fact that everyone has to get adjusted to this new me. And so as we're on our new level and our new journey towards another version of ourselves, you have to have grace for the people in your life who are used to the old you. You don't even know how many times I've had to like correct people, like not correct them, because it's not a correction, it's just an adjustment. I no longer deal with astrology and zodiacs. I no longer allow people to, be blatantly sexual with me, like as far as like jokes. And as much as I love to joke, I'm here for a good ha-ha, you know what I'm saying? Listen, as much as I'm there for a good ha-ha, I've had to check people and be like, okay, hold on. I know that the Shay that you knew in the years before might have been okay with that joke, but going forward, like, let's not. And some people don't take it that easy, you know. Some people don't take it that well, and they prefer not to even converse with me because some people don't like correction at all. They don't like to be checked. They don't like to be directed in any type of way. But some people are like, oh, okay, got it. Adjustment made. And I love that for me. I really do love that for me. And I love those type of people. I'm okay with both type of people because, I mean, ain't nothing that left me was supposed to stay. But I don't know. I'm learning my communication skills and getting more vocal about them and learning how to actually have dignity, take pride in how I look, take pride in how I present myself, not going outside looking crazy. I mean, I never really did that anyway. Minus the occasional, every now and then, y'all, I ain't gonna even hold you. I used to go outside with my little onesie on, and I like my onesie. My onesie was so cute. It wasn't like pajamas though. It was just like an aesthetic. I love my onesie. But I'm just trying to make sure that I show up in a way that's respectable and a way that represents Black women as best as possible. I am no one-man army. I'm no representative of all Black women. I would never say that, but I do want to show up with a light. I want to show up in a way that is kind. I definitely want to show up in a way that is stern because I want to be stern. I want to be stern in some instances, like not fully stern, but like I want to be soft, but I also want my energy to say, leave her alone and don't play with her. Because God don't play with me. God don't play about me. And so if God don't play about me, then nobody can. And that's just how I feel. That's how I've always felt my whole entire life. Ask my mama. Mama, I know you be watching my videos. Mama, let them know. Nobody, no, I don't let nobody play with me. Like, seriously. Because why would you want to play with me? I'm such a nice person. I'm such a kind person. And even when I'm not, I don't bother nobody. If I do happen to be in somewhat of a bad mood or somewhat of a, oh, my heat just came on. Let me cut this heat off. Why is this coming on? Anyway, if I do happen to be in a bad mood or not in a good space, I usually, for my own good and for the good of everyone around me, I seclude myself, work it out, and then I pop back up on the scene better and fresher than ever. You feel me? So I don't know why anyone would want to bother me. And I think that is something that I'm happy about because no one really does. Taking pride in myself, taking pride in the accomplishments and the things that I have achieved, I definitely want to do that. But I don't want to show up prideful. I don't want to show up operating in my ego so much to the point where I sabotage great things for myself. As I start dating, I don't want to be prideful and, afraid to be vulnerable and counting, tit for tat, tallying up. Oh, I text him last, he texted me last. Like, to me, that's all pride. It's all based on other people outside things. My dignity, as long as my dignity is intact, I'm dignified and I know that I'm worthy of respect and I hold and honor myself in that way, I feel completely confident that I'll be okay without operating in such a prideful, proud, egotistical place. I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want to be condescending. And that is something that God is really working on me because when I get upset, y'all, transparent moment. When I get upset or annoyed, like, not like the first initial annoyance, but like if the annoyance builds up, like if it, slowly rises, baby, when I tell you condescending, it is bad. And God's still working on me. I'm a work in progress, you know what I'm saying? But I want to show up great. I want to show up in a way that is profound. I want to help people. I want people to feel safe coming to me for help. And I also want to give y'all a huge shout out to, especially to my Facebook squad who watches on YouTube and Anchor. Of course, that includes Spotify, Apple, all that. Because I have people that come in my inbox and the things that they share with me, the things that they tell me that I've helped them with, that in and of itself is what helps me to keep going and keep pushing on through whatever. Because literally, I kid you not, I have so many people who come in my inbox and I understand, like, I'm such an open person. I mean, obviously I'm on YouTube. I'm such an open person when it comes to like telling my business or telling stories about my life and sharing my testimony. And I know everyone is not that open. And so sometimes people want that privacy, and I love that. I love that privacy, that they feel comfortable enough to reach out to me to, you know, just express themselves. And please keep doing it, y'all. I love it. I love it. It's a blessing to me. It revitalizes my passion for this podcast and for just being a vessel, because I feel like God uses me in so many ways just to speak to people and just to speak over people's lives and just to encourage them and give them love. Like, I know that he uses me in that way, and thankfully people receive it well, and I'm totally I'm totally honored that you guys feel comfortable in that way, and I hope that you will continue. And as my podcast grows, I know that we'll start to get more interactive, and I know that we'll, you know, start to get even more close. I want that for us. So moving forward, it's okay to be proud, but operating in pride and not being flexible and not giving people grace, not operating from a place of humanness, expecting perfection. That, to me, it gives all of the pride vibes. We don't need pride. We need you to operate in a sense, from a sense of humanness. We need you to see that people are trying the best they can. Some people, not all people, some people. Because some people really do be playing with you. And listen, do what you gotta do. But there are a lot of people who are just trying to do the best they can, and they don't know any better, or they haven't learned any better, or they haven't been taught the things that you've been taught. And a lot of times we expect ourselves from people, and that's where we go wrong, because I know for a fact, like I said, I'm one of a kind. So for me to expect myself from someone, it's just not realistic. I can get better for someone, or I can get close, or a different type of love, you know. But I will never get me from me, because, I mean, what? Okay. I will never get me from someone else, because there's only one me. Giving people the space and the time to, you know, love themselves and have the dignity and honor of respecting and loving who they are and knowing that they're worthy of love is dope. But on the flip side, giving people the chance to be prideful, inflexible, immovable, not trying to compromise. We don't want that. We need to embrace great communication skills. We need to be the best versions of ourselves, and we need to check ourselves and have accountability in this next level. And that lesson that we're going to take, just bringing it on back to my last episode, that lesson is going to help us in the next level when we go past this one, because we're going to know how to communicate with people and talk to people and show up for people and know how to still conduct ourselves with a sense of dignity and pride without being a butthole. Like, I don't have anything. I don't have another politically correct way to say it. Pride can make you act like a butthole. Pride can make you miss out on things that you really care about. Pride can make you self-sabotage. Pride will have you neglecting things that you really care about. Your ego will steer you wrong so many times if you let it. Jay-Z said, I'll mess up a good thing if you let me. And that's a real thing. Like, our pride and our ego is what messes up good things for us, because we don't have any type of wiggle room or flexibility. We just see things in one way, and that's what we go with. But when you have dignity, you can still show up and be vulnerable and still be flexible. You can still know, hey, this is what I deserve. This is what I'm worth. This is what I need. This is what I want. But I don't have to become this stubborn force in order to get it. And if this person isn't giving it to me, then guess what? I'm okay with walking away. So, guys, please take these words, apply them as they apply. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for your time. I love you guys so freaking much. Talk to you later. Bye.